Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to The Longing. It's day 393. My goodness, we are only a week away from the very end of this wonderful series that I've been doing. I'm excited for it. I don't know about you. If you're not excited, then maybe you should reconsider your position on life. Because you should be excited. It's very exciting. What might the end bring for us in our lives? I don't know. I also don't know what's in my advent calendar today because I haven't opened it yet because I completely forgot about it. I imagine it's going to be a repeat of something. And it won't be very exciting at all. That's my guess. So sorry about that. I haven't opened it. I had a pizza for my dinner tonight. We're blasting through the news today. I had a pizza for dinner tonight because I got one from work just as I was leaving. It was just a large garlic bread, basically. I just chose a large pizza and then I took the sauce off and replaced it with the garlic butter that we have. So it's just a big garlic bread. It was very delicious. I ate half of it and felt full, and I was like, "Oh, great! I'm full now. I'll stop eating." And then after a few minutes, I thought, maybe I'll just have one more slice. And I had one more slice, and my lips started tingling, which I think I was on the verge of a heart attack right there, because there's a lot of butter on that thing. It's very delicious though. There's a lot of butter, a lot of dairy, a lot of carbs. Yum yum. Today, I realized what it is about the Marvel Cinematic Universe that has kind of made me lose interest. And that is that they don't care about the art of cinema and filmmaking. This came to me in a dream. No, it didn't come to me in a dream. It came to me about 2 hours ago. When I was watching an episode of Mr. Robot, which is the greatest show ever. It's absolutely incredible. Not only is the writing and the acting and the editing incredible, but the directing style is fresh and new and interesting, and it kind of that alone grabs you. And just the whole filmmaking, the way they made it, just kind of grabs you before you even get to the acting or the writing. This is... I realized this because the episode I watched when I got home when I was eating my dinner was Series 4, Episode 5. There won't be any spoilers, don't worry. But the whole episode, no one speaks until the very end. Like, not a word is said. There's some, songs in the background of some scenes, but no one says a word. It's absolutely incredible how there is... Okay, there might be minor spoilers for, what happens in the episode. But in the episode, then there's a heist, there's a foot chase, there's a character who is torn between doing the right thing and not letting the people she loves get hurt. There's a guy who's, being dragged around town on a wild goose chase just to find the time and a place of a meeting, and not a single word is said. It's all, and that makes, it makes the heist scenes way more tense because, no one's able to say, "Oh, go over there," or anything like that. And, it really does change it up, and it's a very exciting way to make an episode of television. There was an episode in Series 3 of Mr. Robot that's made to all look in one take, which was very exciting. It really does ground the episode because you live that 45 minutes with all the characters. The film 1917 did a similar thing. That whole film is made to look like in one take. And from what I hear, there's nothing but good things. And then you take those incredibly creative ideas and that incredible direction and cinematography, and you look at the MCU, and it's just not the same. They don't care about that. They care about having a cool character do a thing. I also do think that the MCU is based much more nowadays, at least, is much more based on, look, it's that guy, rather than, look, what's that guy doing? So, people were excited about the Spider-Man movie because, there's going to be the old villains in it. And it might have the old Spider-Man in too. People are excited for Hawkeye because Kingpin's coming back. People were excited about Loki because it had Kang the Conqueror in. People were excited about WandaVision because it had Quicksilver in. People were not excited about it because it had a good story or incredible acting or interesting direction. The first half of WandaVision, actually people were, because it was something completely new. It was a TV show, like, in a TV show. It was kind of weird. And, they were doing it in the style of old TV shows, and that was really interesting and new. And then they got rid of that for the last half, and it just kind of fell apart. People I've seen all over the internet agree that the second half of WandaVision is a lot worse. And I think that the culmination of this is in Spider-Man No Way Home, and this isn't a spoiler, not a spoiler at all. In Spider-Man No Way Home, there is a establishing shot. I think it's an establishing shot, I'm not an expert, but there is a shot of the Sanctum Sanctorum, or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, I don't give a shit. There's a shot of the outside of that, and a truck pulls up, and some people get out. The truck is CGI. It is a CGI truck just on a street. It's like a 2-second long shot of a truck pulling up outside a building, and the truck is CGI. And in the episode of Mr. Robot I just watched, then the main character runs through a New York street dodging real-life cars. Obviously, they're like, part of the set or whatever, but, then they didn't CGI the cars, they didn't CGI the guy running through them. So how come that TV show with, still a big budget, but obviously a much smaller budget than a Disney property, how come they can get real cars and Spider-Man, the biggest movie of all time, can't get a real truck to pull up in front of a real building? It's because it's all green screens or whatever, which I do think is pretty naff too. I think that they could do a lot better. I think that it is possible for a comic book movie or, a superhero movie or whatever to get really creative and really weird with the way it makes the films and the TV shows. And I think they should do better. And hopefully, maybe in Doctor Strange, the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, they might do something like that. They might do some absolutely wacky stuff. Maybe in other stuff that's coming out. I can't think of anything. The Ant-Man movie, Quantumania, that might have some funky stuff, but I imagine it's just all going to come down to some CGI that's relatively colourful. Great. Who cares? The MCU also needs to do more practical stuff in terms of everything, really. In the early days, in the first Iron Men movie, in the first Iron Man movies, then Robert Downey Jr. was wearing most of an Iron Man suit for a lot of that. And then in Iron Man 3 and in the Avengers and onwards, then it all just became like a CG suit. And it just never looked as good. I still think the first flight scene in Iron Man 1 is the best that character has ever looked. And it's kind of sad that, in things like Hawkeye, he jumps off a bridge, and it's so obvious that they're on a green screen. Come on, can you not just stick them on the wires and edit out the wires? That'd be more interesting. You could write a news story about that. Screen Rant would be like, "Whoa, Hawkeye uses incredible new technique to film something. Turns out if you do it in real life, it looks better." It's crazy. Anyway, that's my little rant for today. I need to go and finish my Christmas shopping. That's right, I haven't done it yet. There's 4 days until Christmas, and I'm only just doing it now. Better late than never, though. And apart from one thing, then everything should come before Christmas if I order it, in the next couple hours, which I will. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope you've all had a really good day. and I will see you tomorrow.